are working, we will still go there. We want to see what is happening in those schemes. Though I know some faults that are happening there. There are some that are being vandalized. There are some that have poor tanks and so other many problems. But when we get there, we'll put them down and forward same to the governor, because we just before the end of this year, something tangible must happen to all these schemes, and they are going to work by God's grace. Some are very bushy. We want that it's so impossible, so we can't go there now unless we do the clearing. So once we get there, we see the fault. The one at Ijigbo, we go there. The one at Fetedo, we go there. Kwende, I was told the Kwende is working. I was told the Ukuku also is working. So all other schemes that are there, we'll go around all of them, okay, and ensure that they are back to life.
Okay. In those days, you see the amazing sight that we all loved to see then was water running, pipe-borne water running. We are already 8 months into the administration of Senator Ademola Adeleke. When do we expect water to start running in Osun again, to start running?
There is no doubt about the fact that we have some challenges that are being faced, and we want to see them tackled very well. Though we have extensions, and there is no way all these extensions, they still need water. But by that time, they were very when you run like a 4-kilometer pipe, there is a tendency that it covers most of the areas that are in existence then. But this time around, 40 in this administration, this administration has changed some pipes in Ede, like some kilometers.
Ede Headworks.
I mean Ede in general,
okay.
Ede Township.
Okay.
So they have changed some pipes because some pipes are obsolete. So all this they are, and there is a recognized pipe by WHO. That's a HDPE. That's the pipe. So that's exactly what we are doing. What the governor is doing now is that the whole pipe will be removed. We exhume them and will be replaced. So once they are these are the because some of these pipes are obsolete and they are not even giving us the required output. We are not getting the required portable. Even some are blocked, some are rotting inside. So, but all these things we want to make sure that we replace them and bring them back to life again. Okay,
can you give us an insight into the operation of Water Corporation, and then the substations we have around?
Water Corporation is a big agency, and they have given them the statutory role to be on their own, to operate on their own, and at the same time taking recourse to the Ministry of Water Resources of their activities. But along the line, I see that they have some challenges too. They are working like a Headworks. The Headworks is functioning very well. It has the largest volume, like about 180,000 cubic meter. So we have they are running well. Some are not in good order. Some of our Water Corporation, we have about even the stations where we have about 9 stations in all our federal constituencies. Some have problems. Some are being roofed now. But the issue of water production, some need, like I said the other time, Iwo station. What we need in Iwo now is to change the filter. Once we change the filter, the water will start to run very well, and at the same time, the impurification will go. The water will go, and the water that will get there is potable, will be potable. So this happens almost all the Water Corporation outlets. So we, like I said, we are working with the GM of that agency. We'll go around and see them and see how we can bring this memo to the governor for proper rehabilitation and possibly reconstruction.
Okay,
as the case may be.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sunday Olufemi Oroni, the Commissioner for Water Resources in Osun State. If you are just joining us, this is platform coming from OSBC 104.5 FM, Ileawi Okebale, Oshobo. We take a short break now. When we come back, we have so many other questions for the Honorable Commissioner. So join us when we come back. Okay, we are back on OSBC 104.5 FM, Voice of the West. On platform, the Honorable Commissioner is still rooted here, is seated, and is ready to take on some other questions we have for him. And let's talk about expansion of water provision, at least potable water in Osun. When would the expansion, or are you just going to deal with where there is provision currently before you start the expansion scheme?
Like I said the other time, the governor is resolved. We don't want to expand on a very rotten system.
Okay.
What we are expanding is even the newly established standard of the pipe that we are talking about. So that's because we can't join the new pipe to the old pipe now. The old pipe is obsolete, and we can't run. So what the governor is looking at is making sure that we exhume, and there are about 2 to 3 methods we want to use, whether we exhume or we bury side by side with the existing one, or we jump to the other side of the road to make our installation. So and I know that with this, the extension will cover so many kilometers in each of our local government. So we should be rest assured that we will do. One thing that's important that we are working on is to have this master plan, development master plan. Some consultants have been coming, and I know governor is aware of that. Some consultants are coming to give us the master plan. We want to have medium-term strategy, and we want to have a long-term strategy. Once we have the medium-term, the governor will start to work on it, because it's going to be institutionalized. Once the master plan is ready, it's going to be institutionalized, so that when the successive governments, when they come, they won't just rubbish. They will say that this is one government. So once it is institutionalized, you continue to build on that. If the government of Adeleke is able to make some extension of about 100 kilometers, the next government will do another 100 kilometers, the succeeding government. So this is exactly what we want. So once the master plan is ready, the master plan will cover what the problems are in each local government, how we are going to solve them.
Okay, there are dams in Osun. One of them is Owala Dam. Over there, I think it should be in Oloruda local government of Osun here. What is the state of these dams? Are they functioning to capacity? Do they require rehabilitation, and what have you?
Recently, the governor made some rehabilitations there, and like as we are talking now, it's still functional. It's working and supplying water very, very well. So, but once we get there, we will still visit that place. There is no way we have 100% assurance that some of our dams are in okay. There are still some touches that we need to make on them. So once we get to that Wala Dam, we will definitely see some areas that we need to improve on. But currently, the Wala Dam is working.
Okay, the unbundling of Ministry of Water Resources has created a scenario whereby we have Ministry of Water Resources, which you superintend over, and then the Ministry of Energy. Is there any synergy between your ministry and Ministry of Energy?
Yes, there is this synergy, because when they were together and they were working, because water and hydro. When you want to generate hydroelectric power, you need water. So that's one area, and most of our waters here in Osun State, once we get the required law, that's because we still need to domesticate some of this law in coming from Abuja, since the energy is no longer on the executive list, it's now on concurrent list. So individual state can generate its own power. So we want to see ways by which we can generate power. But the only relationship we have, that's why the two ministries are interrelated. Is that to generate energy, we need water. So that's the area that and that's why our office is side by side. Where even today we have met the commissioner for energy, Honorable Adeyema Felix Festus, and we have met today, discussed on issues. Even we discussed on, like I said the other time, the Ikejile Dam. We are planning to go and make a visitation there and see how we can work together. So water and energy, they are very, very interrelated. Okay,
yes, I want your view on the federal government's, or will I say president's decision to take energy from the exclusive list to concurrent list. Will it be in the interest of the Nigerian masses?
It is going to be. It has been practiced in Lagos. They have their own IPP. So there is nothing bad in having our. It's only that whatever we are generating, we send to national grid, and it's that grid that will now. But definitely the locals in that community will enjoy that they are the one having this project in their community. So it's working and working perfectly well. It will be. We have seen that the government at the center. They are trying their best, but that best has not been enough. We need people. We need a business. We need to partner with foreign investors to bring technology about how to produce energy,
and that can only happen when they are stable electricity supply. Okay, because of time factor. Yes, we have noticed one trend. It's an unsavory trend, development in our communities all over the country. The indiscriminate drilling of boreholes and is becoming alarming. What can you say about its attendant consequences? The attendant consequences of indiscriminate drilling of boreholes, because everybody needs water. And when potable water is not forthcoming from the government, so people will need water, and everybody is just trying to engage in self-help. So is there going to be any regulation so as not to cause untoward development in the nearest future?
Thank you so much. There is an agency in the ministry called a Regulatory Commission. Water Regulatory Commission. They are in charge of these regulations, and the Association of Riggers, they have paid a courtesy visit to my office, and I've given them another time that we are meeting them. We give them regulations. This thing is about law. It's about rules guiding their operations, and once they mess up with their rules, we have to give them the conditions that are attached to it. So we are going to meet. I have told the agent engineer Lukman to itemize all these rules, so that we provide. If they have known before, we just have to improve on it and make sure that there are meters, there are spaces. You need to create space between one bowl and the other bowl.